Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? You already know it's Tuesday night, so it is time to get back into it. The show we are doing now is the Umbrella Academy Season 1. And the two going down that rabbit hole with me every single week are the ones and the twos. We got number 70 Saint tonight. What's up, brother?
DJ. I said it to you in the beginning when we started this call. After episode 8, no, what's episode 8? Yeah, episode 8. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch the next two. But at the same time, I just want to hold it, get some theories in, and then once the stream ends on my 45-minute break, best believe I'm watching the next episode because how it ended, oh my gosh, so much in episode 8. Episode 7, it was okay, but it was mainly some stuff that was like rehashed from the previous episode. So not much really happened there. But that episode 8, goddamn.
Unbelievable. Absolutely. Yeah, episode 7, we had to relive it because it was the day that never was to the day that was. So, you know, you're going to rehash some things. But, oh, man, yeah, it got crazy. How you doing tonight, AK number 5? How we in?
I am doing all right. I would like to point out right here before we start, someone is supposed to come on camera and admit that they were wrong to a certain thing in the series.
Hold up. I wasn't technically wrong, though.
Bullshit.
I wasn't technically wrong
No.
now.
That's because it's the same situation as when people tried to blame Snape for killing Dumbledore. That was not what happened.
Hashtag Pogo did do it.
Because he was told to, and then
hey, what did Luther say?
Albus Dumbledore.
You have a choice. You have a choice, and he still did it.
What choice did the little animal man have?
There's always a choice, just like number 1 said. There's always a choice, and he made it.
Not with Hargreaves. Y'all saw what that man was like. No, nay.
Oh man, yeah, we got to talk about it because there's some crazy stuff that went on. That was absolutely amazing. But this one's the Umbrella Academy Season 1, Episode 7, and this one is The Day That Was. And we see a child being born and are told that there is absolutely nothing extraordinary about it. And we see a glimpse of his not-so-happy upbringing and then his desperation attempt to join the Umbrella Academy. You guys think, what's up, BBM? Was Hargraves a little right to be so brutally on it, like this little child?
I'm kind of 50-50 there. Be brutal, but not that damn brutal. Like, kid, you're just ordinary. Like, you're not going to be part of this thing. You know?
That was so ruthless. Like, this man's a genius that wastes little to no times in all aspects of life. Like, he sees this little kid all dressed up like the others in the academy with a suitcase in hand. Like, he could instantly see how bad this kid wants in. So wasn't it better to kind of be harsh and, like, truthful to snap this poor kid back to reality, AK?
Yes and no. Like BBM said, maybe not go as hard as Hargreaves did. However, it's Hargreaves. I never expect him to cap or edit himself or censor himself in any way, shape, or form. But the thing that he did not take into account is you don't know this little boy. And you don't know what frame of mind he's in. If he literally just jumps over the railing, mind you, I believe because of the barricades that they had up, I do believe they're in New York. You don't cross a barricade like that in New York. He's lucky the cops didn't tase him, honestly. But Hargreaves being as short with him as he was, he's like Buddy in freaking The Incredibles. You have to be harsh with him. But then you also still got to try to make it so you're not pissing him off because his scruples were already way loose.
Oh, this man has absolutely zero bedtime manner.
Yeah, not at all. And he came back with the vengeance. Never mind Hargreaves, the one that really wronged him is dead. Yeah, he's going after the whole academy. Like Barbie Dustin. He can't be a part of it, so he wants to destroy it.
Yeah, instead of snapping him back to reality, he just snapped him, and basically he became a full-fledged psychopath. So that was ruthless. Yeah. And then we see how Leonard got a hold of the book, which I'm sure most of us had already figured out, but it was cool to see how and why he did it. So that was a cool little breakout.
Freaking Klaus.
And then when Leonard, a.k.a. Harold, was in the house while they were having a meeting, did he hear what they were discussing, fandom?
It seems most likely, because he was like turning around and kind of like eavesdropping as he was taking the Hargraves like toy. I'm like, of all toys to take, you're gonna take that one, but all right, so be it. Then again, he really didn't have like anything emotionally attached to the others, just mainly Vanya.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, the way the way they filmed that, I couldn't tell if he was like listening in or just stealing it, or does he know they're coming? Like, yeah, that was kind of crazy. This man is a full-fledged psychopath.
Big mansions like that tend to echo a lot.
That's
He definitely heard them.
And then this time with 5 there, the crew decides to once again try to save the world and hope for a different outcome. And I don't know how that's going to work out. But back at the Momo, Hazel and Cha-Cha are reliving their disbelief about 5 being let off the hook. And Hazel heads out for his hit of sucrose and then gets sent a message of his own from the commission. I don't know. This is going to be bad. They already showed that they can't kill each other. These guys like each other, but is it one way or do they really love each other? Because it seems later on that, I don't know, I can't tell if Cha-Cha really does like him or if she's just crazy too and can't make up her mind.
Both. The answer to your question is yes. They just have that type of partnership, and they've been together for I can't even say decades, longer than that, because they're time travelers, way longer than that. That's a hard relationship to break.
Absolutely. Then Diego heads back to the precinct to look at a file, and he finds out that the cops are actually looking for him. They actually think that he may have killed Detective Patch. And we were kind of talking about that, Phantom, when he was there leaving them fingerprints all over the scene. Like, he knew this was going to happen, didn't he?
Exactly. And I said it in the previous stream. If the cops did not get his prints and try to get him down, then they're pretty much the worst cops probably in television history.
Exactly.
If T-Baby was here, she would smack him upside the head. Stop touching shit, Diego.
Even so, the detective gave Diego the file he was looking for. And how tripped out was your boy Claus seeing number 1 in such a vulnerable state, AK? Like, he was like, no, leave the liquor to me thing. Oh, man.
That was a very, very funny scene. And I know Ben was there trying to get in Klaus's head, trying to make him, stop, don't relapse. But he had to do what he had to do. And Luther needed a freaking night or 2 of tripping balls. Like, this guy is so freaking wound up. And I've been telling y'all, he's still in that headspace. I gotta be number 1. I gotta be the best. He's never even been with a woman. This was his first time.
We're gonna talk about it. That was amazing. I was loving the Luther action.
It was hilarious, and that chick was a furry.
But Luther left saying fine, I'll do it myself. Do what? Where was he going, Phantom?
Get some drugs, damn it.
I'm just gonna
and when we found him, he was already there.
Oh, that was amazing. We then see how Hazel talked his way out of Cha-Cha murdering him. And do you think he ever showed her that he got the same note? And then, of course, I wrote that while I was watching it, so we see that.
That would be a note.
Didn't you just know when Diego jumped through that door window, or the window in that door, that the door is going to be unlocked, Phantom? Was there any doubt?
Nope.
I was just like, these TV tropes, they don't miss a one. I like the way they film most of the stuff, but they do not miss a trope on the show. It was too much.
It's not even a lot, but Allison went in the back door without breaking anything.
Yeah.
My guy.
Oh, when they were in the attic, did you notice the Ben figurine and how it had tentacles instead of arms? I thought that was pretty dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys didn't peep that in the flashbacks from the bank?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
yeah, it did.
Yeah, he was that's the power that he was using.
Oh,
I didn't know if he was able to turn into something or tentacles came out. That was one thing. I'm not sure.
It comes out because he's able to tap into some other dimension. So it's kind of like what's his name, Shimagoroth, that's in the Marvel universe.
Ooh.
Some being like that, and that's how he fights.
That was pretty cool. I didn't notice the figurines before. He didn't have arms; he had tentacles. I just thought that was dope.
Mm-hmm.
And then the forest that the cabin was in, that thing was so green. When it panned out, I literally expected to hear the Hulk roar. I was like, wait a minute, this is ridiculous. That was crazy green. And why is Vanya not more creeped out about going into a cabin in the middle of the woods with a man she knows is not right, Phantom?
I don't know. Again, it's been red flags from the beginning. From him making the freaking sculpture to now in the woods. Has she not seen a damn horror movie yet?
Think about it. Probably not, because to her whole life has been a horror movie. She's never really gotten a bunch of social skills or any of that. So again, we learned when Allison first started trying to put her words in, she finally has someone that's looking at her and already thinks she's the best. that type of attention can really grip your heart when you've grown up like Vanya. Did Miss Minutes come snatch number one?
She's almost dead.
Okay, there it is. So
Oh, what's up,
Peter
Peter Griffin?
timeline.
We got Peter Griffin in the house. We got Linda R out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. Poor Agnes. She's been around long enough to know that, like, when a stranger shows up and says, let's fly away, like, to anywhere, it doesn't matter. It is not all good in the neighborhood. Like, what's up? We got Vanya going out into the woods. We got Agnes just jumping in with men she just met and, like, leaving everything. Like, what is up with the women in this show, Phantom?
Hey. True love was knocking, and she answered it.
She wasn't about to let Destiny escape, huh?
Nope.
Oh, man.
Seems like she's been waiting. She's either waiting for the right donor or the right man.
That's exactly what I was about to say. She's been waiting, and now she has the opportunity. Like her little note said, seize the day. I'm closing this business. I got some business now, so I'm out.
These women are just down like 4 flat tires. They don't care. Like, what?
Hazel
You want to do this?
in the same boat with them.
Oh, that was crazy. Like, shit, let's bounce. I'm ready to try something new. That was amazing. But it doesn't matter. She's never been more sure of anything in her life. And Agnes is ready to start anew with this man, Hazel. And it's just so adorable. Like, I don't know. We know it has zero chances of working out. But as he's driving away, we see Cha-Cha saw it all. And, oh, man, what, can't these guys just have some happiness in their life?
I just posted that on Facebook, actually. I'm like, rewatching The Umbrella Academy. Hazel and Agnes are freaking cute as hell.
Oh, adorable. He picked her all up. She was just all smitten and giggling back in the door.
Just that love between lovers. It's always just so heartwarming.
Oh, I was loving it. We then see a detoxing Claus struggling just to stand upright. And he's trying to do the right thing, but just doesn't know if he has it in him. And Brother Ben is trying to inspire him, but he is in rough shape. Our boy Claus is going through it right now. But Brother Ben's pep talk works, and Claus somehow tracks down Luther at a local rave. And Claus soon finds out why, as many are well aware of, like, a rave is no place to be sober. And he just knew that his junkie ass was going to be the one who could throw a pill across a crowded room and spot it on the floor later. Like, oh, man, he was just getting it. But when he was crawling towards it, like, was I the only one who thought that they were just going to hit another trope and have somebody dance right on it and crush it right in front of him? Or that was one trope they actually missed and kind of sent it off anyway. Like, we just ended up getting a more heartwarming, or actually a more heart-wrenching reunion than the one that was in The Day That Never Was. What were you thinking about all those rave scenes, Phantom?
I honestly thought someone was going to step on it, then he was going to lick it off the floor. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Savage.
Oh, it was ruthless. But yeah, I couldn't believe they didn't do that. But yeah, I kind of like the way they ended that one. They actually shocked me on one. And then Diego wants to keep looking for Harold and Vanya, but Allison thinks they should wait for 5 to heal up. And Diego says he's in charge. But when they try to leave, they see that they're surrounded by cops. So Diego gets arrested for the murder of his dearest friend. Like, that's just ruthless. Can the cops really be that stupid, AK? Like, I mean, all he has to do is tell a story.
Is it really them being stupid, though? His prints are all over the crime scene. And mind you, Hazel and Cha-Cha's prints are there too, but they don't have them in their system. So they can only just say these are the 2 sets of prints were found. They can go after Diego. All they got to do is provide enough evidence to pull it together.
That's just easy open and shut case. But I mean, as soon as he tells the story and why his prints are there and all the other thing, I mean, all you have to do is go get the other witnesses, question them, and they got it.
That's if you can find those other witnesses. They're not going to find Cha-Cha and Hazel that easily.
No, but they could find Claus and they could find number 5.
Yeah, they could find Klaus, but then he's connected to Diego, so that it's conflict of interest, kind of. That can be argued against easily in court.
That's true there. And what was Detective Patch even doing out there by himself? That corroborates the story too. Like, what was she doing there by herself with no backup?
Yeah, see, and that would be the mystery. That would probably be the one thing that any lawyer that would have to go to court as Diego's representation, that they would be able to draw on. Yeah. Because that creates reasonable doubt. So
I just felt if he would have came clean, like, he would have had a lot easier time.
That's what I thought. Yeah, he should have just called him right after. Yo, officer down. I came here on a tip that she gave me. Played a voicemail for him. You're in the clear.
Absolutely. What's up? We got Jake Cruz hit the chat. What's up, buddy? Says, yep, they have to at least talk to him. And I get it, but they were doing more than talking to him. Like, we find out later, they're just straight ready to send his ass upstate. So he's in it. So that was kind of ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
And then back out in the forest, and Harold is like pushing Vanya hard, trying to get her to unleash her powers. Like bit by bit, his temper and shadiness is starting to leak out, and Vanya's finally starting to notice. Like,
It didn't even seem like she was noticed.
Right? Like, is she really?
Well, he snaps and she kind of looks at him, but she just gives him a pass every time because this is the first man that's ever shown any interest in it.
She still wants to have that special feeling. She's clinging to it.
I'm not sure if it's this episode or the next one where he was like, keep going. Okay, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's the next one.
Right.
But back at the rave party, and a party goer is none too pleased about Luther taking his girl, and he and his boys are about to teach him a lesson, but Claus intervenes, and I don't know, that whole little black and white scenario with him was pretty tight. Like, I love how they filmed that. Like, do you think Claus was really dead for a while? And like those guys beat him up pretty badly, or did he just find out that he has the ability to cross back and forth to the hereafter, Phantom?
See, I want to say that he did die for a sec and they revived him because the way how everyone was like covering over him when he came back. But at the same time, I want him to have like, you know, his powers are awakening or getting stronger, like his father said. Like he has so much potential because he's always drugged up the time. He hasn't just reached it yet. And this could have been it, where he was like, he was sober enough to the point that he got hit in the head and that probably triggered something. And then boom, able to go on that other plane.
Very good. I like how Hargraves just all shuts. It's like, what are you afraid of? The dark? It's like, no, all the people that come and talking and all these horrid ghouls that keep getting in my face. That's what I'm scared of.
Bro, you put me in a dark ass room made of concrete and dead people. What the hell did you think was going to be the reaction of a child? Like, my God.
Oh, that was crazy. Hey, we got a new one out there. What's up, Sarah Charles? Let's see you out there. Yeah, that was good. The little girl on the bike and everything. That whole scene, I just loved it.
Yo, little girl God was petty as hell. Okay, at least I think that's what her character was supposed to be depicted as. Well, I made everything and I made you. And I did that just so I could have variety to choose whoever. I don't really like your vibe, so you ain't gonna be staying here. Like, damn, bitch.
Hey, you already know.
The man is barely getting his life together. Shit.
Oh, he's a mess and he knows it. He couldn't even be mad at her. That was amazing. Oh man. So yeah, that was pretty tight. And then is that what his dad was talking about with his potential basically? Is that he was that like that's one of the things he can do maybe is go back and forth into the dead and the hereafter?
It seems like he can do so much. But again, because he's so drugged up, he's just always just on the norm of just seeing random dead people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I won't spoil on that question. But what I will tell you is put a pin in it and look out for if you watch trailers, look out for the trailer, go rewatch that and pay attention in the first episode of the next season. There you'll get the answer to that question and what Hargreaves was talking about.
Because especially having episode 8, we're going to touch upon that at the end of episode 8. Because now I'm curious of what Klaus can do now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, put a pin in it. We will definitely get to it, and we'll call back to this moment.
So was the dad telling us that he made the ultimate sacrifice just to get his kids back together, and basically now they're all gone in their separate ways anyway? So, I mean, if that was really the dad's plan, that was a pretty shitty plan.
I mean, like you said, if he picked up a phone and called, though, were they going to all just, go back home?
No, but see, that's why you have Pogo or their mom pick up the phone and call.
Yeah, something.
They would answer for that.
There had to be a better way because that was
it's Hargreaves, though. Do you expect them to think up anything less dramatic than this shit?
And basically, I mean, the other thing I was wondering is his dad was giving him a shave, and then when we see Claus the next day, he's pretty clean.
Yeah, that shave. Yep.
So I'm like, did his dad really just shave him in the afterlife?
I don't think he died. I think he was just knocked out, and that hit something in his brain chemistry to where he could break through there. Because I had a moment one time where I completely fell and hit my head like really hard on the floor, blacked out for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, but when you came back through, was your hair all?
But I didn't get to go to the salon while I was over there.
That's what that was just crazy to me. I was like, wait a minute, did he really just shave? That's like, were we supposed to notice that really just happened? Because he didn't.
That's Klaus's power. That's what I'm saying. Put a pin in all that because it's pretty freaking cool.
That was pretty crazy. Oh, what's up? They're talking about the throne convention. That'd be crazy. I've never made one of those.
I'd love to meet you at one, man.
Oh, that'd be fun. I'll keep in touch with you just in case. Yep, that looks like a good one. Jake says he doesn't actually think he killed himself. He thinks there's more to the story. I like that too. I was like, man, because that is a pretty shitty plan. So I'm not sure.
It's Hargreaves. That's all I'm saying.
And Pogo helped him in
That's
doing
right up
however
his
it happened.
alley. And just because I know they're not going to touch on it again, I'll do another random AK allowed spoiler. That's exactly what it is. He wasn't lying.
What were you saying? Phantom?
Well, how it happened, like Pogo and Grace is part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they admitted to that. So then we go back out to the boonies, and Vanya and Harold run into some trouble after their dinner date, and some locals are looking for trouble, and they just found it. And Harold found a way to unlock Vanya's powers. And why do her powers seem to be intertwined with rain, fandom? What's up with that? Seems like there's always some rain around when it's going on. Like, does she
Yeah, I don't even know what is. Again, I see. It's always this like psychic blast that's happening to stuff surrounding bending to. I'm curious like what her actual abilities truly are, honestly.
Right?
I think it's like if she's an Omega level mutant.
Because I'm thinking of like the Phoenix.
She's above that. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking with her.
Yeah, she's arguably. I want to say if you look at the numbers of these kids, they're the most powerful from starting with Vanya at 7 and working your way backwards. With the exception of Allison and Diego, I would switch their places.
Yeah, there seems to be. It's like I don't know. And have we seen like the the cap of all their powers? We've seen something, but man.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? Is this con really going to be in Vegas?
Yeah, the Con of Thrones is scheduled for Vegas. Ice and Fire Con, I believe, is scheduled for Nashville. No, not Nashville. I'm sorry. They're about a half hour from Columbus. Mount something or other. I can't remember.
Oh, right. Well, in Vegas, I might be able to make Vegas. I can always find an excuse to get back to Vegas.
I'm trying to find a carpool or a train or something because I can't fly. I want to go not even for the con, just to hang out with my people.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be awesome. Absolutely. So then we get back to Hazel and Cha-Cha, and they have a problem. Like they've both been ordered to kill each other, and neither seems to be able to carry out that order. And they've been working together, like we said, too long. Like Cha-Cha tries to stay all business, but Hazel's at the end of his rope, and he's just tired of it all. And like Cha-Cha did a lot of threatening. Like I said before, do you really think she would ever kill Hazel if given the chance, fandom? Like if it comes down to it, will she really kill Hazel?
Hell no. Maybe shoot next to him or hit him, but kill him, never.
I mean, he had his chance to get her, and yeah. So out of everybody, I don't know. I'm glad for Luther. It looks like he's about to get a lot more than just a dance. So I was pretty
well, it could have happened. And someone didn't manipulate the damn timeline.
Can you blame my guy though? Come on, man. He had the drugs twisting through the veins, had that techno music, making it vibe. Where else was that night gonna go?
Oh, it was absolutely, that was epic. I was so happy.
Girl likes furries. Like that was a dead giveaway.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was all in for my man. I was like, get some.
Go on, get that, man. Go on, get it.
Oh man, so that was episode 7. We're gonna knock out a few trivia questions and keep it moving on to number 8. Question number 1: the show opened with a baby being born. Who was the father?
The same father.
Andrew.
His. Oh, damn it.
If you know, just put them in the chat. If you're watching this later, put them in the comments down below.
Something Jenkins.
Oh, boom, that's it. Good job. Look at you. You don't even know. Mr. Jenkins. That was it.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, that was a trick question.
Well, that was what's his name? Last name. I couldn't remember whether they said his first name or not.
Oh, sometimes you just got to think outside the box, and it's right there for you. Oh, what did the father call, or what did the father name the baby?
Harold.
There you go. See? It seems so much harder than it is. What did Hargraves say chasing the unattainable was a recipe for?
Disaster.
I want to say disaster, but I don't think that's it. He's more dramatic than that. He phrased it differently, and I forgot what it was.
He did indeed. You know that answer? Put it in the chat or down below. He said February 18th. That's when I was born. What did Hargraves say chasing the unattainable was a recipe for? Next question. How long was the young boy locked up for killing his father?
12 years.
12 years.
Too easy.
Yeah, got that one.
What other than an umbrella was on the first page of the book that Claus stole?
Shit, I wrote that one down too. Umbrella Academy, Ex Libris, Reginald Hargreaves.
But there was a picture, And there was an umbrella and something else. What was this something else? What other than the
I can picture it in my head, but I guess I don't know what it's called. So
you know
I can't
that
do something like that.
You know that answer? Put it down below or in the question, and it's nothing hard. I promise you that. What words were on the? Oh, you just said that. There you go. Knock it out, AK. What words were on the first page of the book?
Damn it! I just took my eyes off of that one. Is it Ex-Lee Brace, Reginald Hargreaves?
There you go.
There
There it
at
is.
the top.
That's it. That's it. What is Allison's daughter's name?
What is
Crowd goes
her
silent.
name? Yeah, I guess I haven't paid attention to it because she really doesn't factor in that much
Oh, she
in the plot. Well,
Well, in that episode at least.
yeah. On screen, we've only ever seen her once because she's not a big character.
Absolutely. What is Allison's daughter's name?
I want to say Claire, but I don't think that's it.
Oh, that is absolutely it.
Really? Well,
Wow.
shit. I knew it was in my brain for some reason.
Oh, see, you got it. You just got to be sure of it. Hazel said 5 got a reprieve because he's a legend. Cha-Cha replied, and what are we?
Chopped liver.
There it is. Boom. At what motel were Hazel and Cha-Cha staying at in this episode?
Fortune Smiles Motel.
There she is. She's crushing it now. What did it say on the soda machine Hazel received his message from?
God, you know, I thought to write that one down. And I was like, eh.
He's like, he won't go that obscure. What did it say on the soda machine Hazel received his message from?
Yeah, I told you I was in a rush.
Oh, was it a Coke machine, a Pepsi machine? What did it say?
It wasn't either. I know it said there was some type of logo on it, but it wasn't Pepsi or Coca-Cola.
Oh,
I could be wrong though.
Nope, you're right with that. What was the detective's name that gave Diego the file?
Beeman?
Extra points for his first name.
Ah, fuck yeah. I don't remember
They said it at 2 different points in the episode. I did that on purpose. What was the detective's first name? Good job, though, on Beeman. Absolutely. If you want those extra credit points, put it in the chat or down below. What was the detective's first name that gave Diego the file? And then, last but not least, how long did Agnes say she'd worked in customer service?
Oh, jeez. What was it, like 50-something years or 40-something years?
Oh, how long did Agnes say she'd worked in customer service?
Long enough for me to know that working at that donut shop was her only job ever, which is crazy.
Feel it. So that's going to do it. If you know those answers, write it in the chat or in the comments down below, and we are going to keep it moving. We're going to knock that one out.
It's rude.
And we're going to go from Umbrella Academy, Season 1, Episode 8. This one's called I Heard a Rumor. And we open with Allison driving in the rain to seek out Vanya. And is it raining so hard because Vanya's so sad, Phantom?
That's my guess.
I think that's what it was going. She does just have the scene. She affects the weather like Storm. I don't know what's up with that. And then we get a flashback to a year ago, and we finally see Allison's little girl, and she's not interested in the regular storybook. She wants to hear about her family's capers and when they were in the academy. She also asks why her Auntie Vanya's not in them. So that's pretty cool that Allison was keeping her so informed on her entire family like that, AK, don't you think?
It is, and I almost wonder. I mean, I'm sure Allison told her many stories about their adventures, so she remembers. But I'm wondering if maybe she has some type of power that just isn't fully developed yet.
Oh, there's something we haven't even talked about. Like, do the superheroes have kids, and do the powers?
Yeah, and what powers could be passed on to them?
Yeah, that's crazy. That'd be cool. It'd be great to see that. And then it showed us just how easy it was to make her child do what she wanted and like go to bed at her bedtime. And again, I say, what parent with that power doesn't use it just like that and use it often? Like, wouldn't you, Fandom, if you had that power and your kid wasn't listening?
Hell no.
What?
I would not use it with my kids. Sorry. That's where I draw the line. Loved ones, I would not use it. I wouldn't.
I have no delusions about myself. If I could, and that kid was really on my nerves like that little girl was at bedtime, yeah, I would absolutely have done it.
Child, we are a West Indian family. You get the belt. You get the stick.
Okay, exactly.
But so not the abilities. Not the abilities.
Would you rather go for the belt? Okay, see, because me and you grew up in West Indian households. Would you rather give the belt or just say, yo, I heard a rumor you was about to go to bed, homie?
And that's the thing. If you're sitting there listening to a child just scream bloody murder
right,
and
but
just
she
cry,
increasingly got more demanding.
I'm not trying to get a belt and make it scream louder. I'm about to whisper something in its ear and make it calm down and go to bed. It's just too easy.
Nah, you whisper, scream again, or I'll get the belt. And then, okay, I'm going to
go. No, you're thinking too logically.
Yeah, I don't know.
Samuel L. Jackson whisper, yo, I wish you would just go to fuck to sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
Story done.
I don't have kids, and I know you don't either, so it's a little harder for us. But man, I can just imagine for
I've helped raise enough
5 hours
family,
straight.
But, yo, seriously.
There's nothing more. There's nothing that'll make your skin crawl more than a baby screaming and crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just want it to be okay.
Like a newborn baby. Crying. Yeah, if they're that tiny, then no, absolutely not. Because that's
wouldn't understand you anyway.
But that little girl was old enough to know right from wrong, and she was old enough to know when mommy says it's bedtime, it's fucking bedtime.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know, Allison, I get it, like she got in trouble with it the first place, but why not just go to the husband and say, I heard a rumor that you didn't see or hear anything? And then just
very true, but that shows the dilemma, and that's how you know how much that affected her. She doesn't want to do that again.
Yeah,
it seems like that was probably like the last time she even like used her ability. Because up until that point, besides that one flashpoint of her as a kid, we've like never seen her use her ability like at all. So it seems like it's been like a year that she has used it. Even Luther was like, "Why didn't you say like do your rumor ability?"
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I don't do that anymore," or something of that magnitude.
Yeah,
so it really
DJ, I know that's a plot point later, and we're going to talk about it. I definitely have words for it.
And and like basically all the other times I can't really speak on, but that was pretty ruthless, making someone fall in love with you. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. Was that directed to her husband or was it to the kid?
Or was it to even like Luther?
Yeah, it did not really give any hints on who she was saying those things to.
Probably multiple people.
So so you gotta wonder. And with the girl being as aggressive as she was, trying to keep asking for story time and whatnot, that's what makes me think she has some kind of power that's going to manifest itself later.
Absolutely, I like that. But again, I think more people would than wouldn't use that to their advantage. I mean, anybody that has that and can make it happen and get anything they wanted, it's like,
Seems like that's how she became like an actress.
Oh, for sure, that's how she
became. It was like one line she said was like, "Oh, I got it. I heard a rumor that you got it in one take, I got it in one take." So it's like, oh, damn.
Yo, my publicity game would be untouchable if I had her power. I would absolutely be the star of every damn action movie, kicking everybody's ass, making bank, and then I'm going to chill alone in my mansion because fuck humans.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, like I said,
I have no illusions about myself.
More people would than wouldn't be using that power, so I can't even be mad at Allison. There's just no way. And how badass is Allison to go out to that creepy ass cabin in the woods by herself? Like, would you do that, or would you wait for a sib to go with you, fandom?
I would wait. I wouldn't go.
How about you, AK? You trying to trump out there solo?
Absolutely not. Okay, we all have what we can say. We're all people of color. We have some melanin in our background. That is a typical response. We do not go into the woods and all that. We very rarely go camping. Someone usually has to talk us into it.
Right.
And I know that sounds like it's an ism. I'm just telling you, it's a fact. We don't fuck with the woods like that. Nah, too many bad shit has happened to us in
like
woods.
Running water myself.
Nope.
I'm a big fan of running water.
And I give it to Allison. She is a trained fighter. She's an actress now, but muscle memory is a real thing. And if she really had to get down and whoop somebody's ass with fisticuffs, she would.
Oh, we already saw her take on Cha-Cha. We know she can handle herself.
So, and that's what it is. But that arrogance, a lot of times, sometimes it gets you in a danger that you can't get out. Yep. Yeah,
that's how you get got. Forget that.
Facts.
We went then back to the forehead. I mean, Vanya at the hospital. And
the forehead.
And who's not awake are 2 out of the 3 guys that jumped him. Like, they gone. Like, how's poor Vanya going to deal with basically now that the fact that she's now a murderer, family?
Yeah, that was sad though.
Like, that went back too far, and it's all Harold's fault trying to unlock it. She didn't want none of that. That's gonna mess with her head for sure.
Can I ask a question?
What's that?
Did for both of you, did you think what was actually the reasoning for those dudes was the reasoning?
Nah, once the guy woke up and explained to the officer and Allison what happened, I was like, really?
You didn't think it before
Nah,
that?
I did not. I did
Oh, bro,
not.
I totally thought that was a setup.
100%.
Absolute setup.
100%. He's like, I know a good spot in town. Let's go out to eat. I was like, this motherfucker is not done. Yeah, I 100% thought that was a setup. That was kind of another Hollywood trope. I almost put that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I saw that. I gotta admit, I saw that one.
But it was Agatha all along.
Exactly. Oh, but back at the mansion, and Luther wakes up after a night of living his best life. And like I said, good for him. Like, I'm not mad at him one little bit. Like,
Not
the
at
world
all.
may be ending in 3 days. Get it in, my man. Like,
Yo,
especially finding a girl that's into furries. Like, he may have found himself a keeper.
If ever there was a time to go on and just get it in, that was it. And that was the perfect woman to do it with. She loved that shit.
Exactly. That was made to be. And like I said, if he found himself a keeper after all this, like, we don't know what's happening with him and Allison. That's like a little weird thing anyway. But hey, like, show my man that there's people out there, that there's somebody for everybody out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Five's little bitch ass taking his coffee right out of his hands. Oh, dude, he's all hungover and shit. That little bastard has nerve, doesn't he?
He's a grown ass. He's a grown ass man in a child's body. What you expect from him, though?
Oh, he took that coffee and then threw it away. I was like,
right,
he
finished it just like, yo, do you know who the housekeeper is? Stop making her fucking life harder.
Oh man, I was dying. I was like, this little bastard will be getting got by me. He's like, don't take me, and then threw it away and bitched about how it wasn't good enough. I was like, oh, you about to catch one.
He was raised by Hargreaves.
That's true.
That right there. That's like Gemma Lannister telling Tywin that Tyrion is your true son.
Absolutely. And then this is a scene where I couldn't tell if, like, did the shave that Claus's father gave him in the dream really showed up, because I was like, he is looking all clean shaven right now.
Real
like,
spiffy.
I was just tripping. I was like, he really got shaved by this man in the dream, or death, or whatever it was. And then Claus tells number 1 and 5 that their father killed himself, and then Pogo walks in to confirm it. And I don't know. He told them that he even aided in the planning, and Luther, of course, is just all butthurt over it and takes it out on Pogo, saying, like, there's always a choice, like we're saying earlier. Should he be so mad at Pogo for carrying out his Maker's dying wishes, though, fandom? Like, we kind of touched on it, but can we really be that mad at carrying that talking monkey taking out? And
I need the origin story for Pogo. Why is he so damn loyal to him? Then we can come back to it. Then I can come back to this.
Wait. How much of that do you need to know? This is a monkey that can all of a sudden talk.
Hey,
I need more, young
man. No.
I need
you
more.
put some respect on Pogo's name, okay?
He still did it, but I need to know why.
He was ordered to.
You have a choice.
Not the same thing. That is
even
not
within this episode, like, he was pretty much ordered to help freaking Graves to put freaking Vanya into that freaking cell. Oh my god.
Yeah, because he was ordered by Hargreaves to do that. Hargreaves knew that he could get to Pogo because Pogo is basically his. That's his pet, and that is the role Pogo plays. He literally had to rewire their mom so she would not perform first aid to let him die. The shit was planned.
Which explains why earlier, like, we keep on seeing her, like, dazing out and such. And when Hanzo and Cha-Cha came in and invaded, she didn't do dog shit. And we were like, wait a minute. Supposed to be helping, and what's going on?
That was a big answer that we got with
and
that.
Pogo said, when he finally stitched her up, you understand you cannot tell the children.
Yep. So then we get Allison finding the lead to a small town cop that loves her movies. So she's going to get some help. And then we go out to Hazel, about to crack, seeing that Agnes has 3 years worth of stops on her travel map. And they're stuck in some traffic jam that Allison was also in. Like, why would they have that road jammed up like that? Like, the beatdown happened inside the restaurant's parking lot. Why do they have to stop traffic like that? That was a little convenient.
Small town cops not used to dealing with shit like that.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off. I was like, there is no need for this. This is just plot convenience right here. But then Diego finds a helping hand in jail, which is nice seeing, like, as he was just about to be sent upstate for murder that he didn't commit. It's nice that he still got some friends, even though they don't love him, but they know he didn't kill them.
Because he's a dick.
And we know Leo's a liar, but what's his end game? Like, why is he so hellbent on unleashing Vanya's powers, Random?
Oh my gosh, he just wants to be part of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just still him wanting to be part of the crew?
Yep. he was he was literally following freaking Klaus. At the moment he got out of jail, he's been plotting. First to kill freaking it seems like he first wanted I thought he was gonna be the one that killed Hargraves, but then we learned like, oh no, it wasn't him. It was actually he committed suicide. So I was like, dang, thought it'd been him. Because the way how it was leading up, it kind of I just assumed that everything said, oh, you can be part of the Umbrella Academy, killed his father, goes to jail, is gonna come out, try to kill Hargrave, and then eventually, work his way to Vanya. But no, didn't turn out that way.
Yep. See, what did I tell you? He is freaking Buddy from The Incredibles. He got in trouble. He did his time, and he came back.
Ah, so that's who you said the Pixar person.
Yeah,
Okay.
even more obsessed with the Umbrella Academy, and Vanya was his way in, especially after he found that journal that Klaus threw away.
Speaking of Vanya, she was training. When Vanya was training, was she remembering the training with her father, or were those just like for the viewer flashbacks, like to what really went down with her?
I think that was just for the viewers, so we could see what's going on, because later on it is revealed by one of the characters. So that was just to clue us in, so we could put all the breadcrumbs together and say, oh shit. And then when we see what actually happened, it's even more what the fuck, Hargreaves.
Oh man, it's so brutal.
Even if she like remembered, she's not going to think that she has abilities. Like she could think like
Right.
it could have been Hargreaves just testing to see if she has abilities, and turn out that she doesn't, and she's normal.
I mean, and it's not even that. He did that when they were 4.
Mm-hmm.
Allison isn't going to just readily remember that happened. It's just because all this stuff has been happening and she's trying to protect her sister, and that jogged that little bit of information in her memory.
Absolutely. And then we get back out, and it looks like Agnes literally just put a note on the door and bounced. Like, there were still donuts in the displays. Like, she didn't care about rats or the smells that's going to recreate once it goes rotten. Like, I don't know.
She ain't coming back.
It's going to make it a little tough to sell that building, though, when, like, everything turns sour. But I guess Cha-Cha took care of that for her anyway in the end.
Well, I think if someone closes their business like that, by that time of her age, I think she probably owns that restaurant. She probably just gave it back to the bank and cashed out whatever she needed. Like you said, she got 3 years of stops on the map already. Hazel ain't got no real world money, so she's footing that bill, and she got that though.
Oh, Hazel will get cash whenever he needs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting through.
Like, it's not even about cash for him, but yeah, they're rich right now.
Oh, man. And then Allison and her new cop buddy question that last man left from the altercation and finds out that it was Vanya and her boyfriend that did it. So she already knows what's up with that. And even after what seems like a major breakthrough in like managing her powers, all Vanya wants to do is practice for a big concert coming up. Again, Harold just wants to work on unleashing them, but she's still all about the music. Like, why? Does she just want something normal to hold on to while she's quietly freaking out inside? Or did she just really need to practice, AK?
I think it's a bit of a mix of both. Music is what has always settled her. Like, that's why, after Hargraves did his switcheroos, she still had that violin. And I'll say put a pin in that. There's a reason why she has that violin. And if we remember, when in their practice sessions, her thing that he tried to make her focus on was sound. And controlling how the sound around her filters into her ears and affects her powers and emotions. So it makes sense. She is about her music, but she also just doesn't want to deal with this fantastical nonsense, And she's trying to be normal and regular, and that's why she says, like, yo, why are you so invested in this? Okay, maybe I did a thing. So what? I'm first chair, and I've got a big ass concert to play. I need to practice.
I think the way she can probably control her abilities better is through the violin. Because I think when the first time we actually seen her like use her ability, when she was like playing the violin, it seems like she was able to channel it even more. So I think when Ella Kilgraves is like, he probably should have used the violin to help her control it more, and she could be less of a threat. Because once that thing happened, he was like, oh shoot, she may be even like the strongest person here. She may be a threat to me. Let's lock her up and just try to
Yeah, that's exactly the same gist I got off of that. And they have code names in the comics. They don't always. I think they've only brought it up once in the series, but that violin is a part of her code name. So there's a reason that's happening.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw that violin at the very beginning because
Yeah.
Hargrave's wife had the violin. So, did
Yep.
Hargrave's wife have special powers? Is that how he knew about all these kids being born with the powers?
No, no. It is explained how he knew, and it's really freaky. I'm gonna love hearing what you guys think about it. But no, the violin he gave to her, you could almost say that it's one of his weird ass ways of showing some type of affection. But because that violin belonged to their mom before, that's why he gave it to her.
Yeah.
You'll see
And
why.
almost like the way he was using that tuning fork, it's almost like he was showing like that's how she's going to be able to control it. She needs her own tuning fork, and that's what the violin is for, like her way to like edge it and be able to kind of wield the power, so to speak.
They don't say it in the show, but in the comics, her code name is the White Violin.
Oh, there you go. And then I remember. That's coming up. I think she doesn't want to think about her powers. The violin keeps her distracted. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like she just wants to kind of check out and get into her comfort zone and just start playing, and that's what kind of soothes her a little bit.
Exactly that.
Right. Yep. And then how bad would you be tripping after giving up everything and just running off with this strange man, only to be dropped off at some random B&B a few hours later with him saying, "Oh, I promise I'll be back." Like, whoa. What do you? I mean, I don't know. Were you going to feel safe in that situation, AK?
I am definitely going to be worried. I mean, first of all, I'm not running off with anyone without something, completely established for our future.
Right.
But in her situation, I could understand why that would work for her.
Absolutely. I mean, would you what would you say if somebody picked you up and you're ready to start a whole new life with them after just knowing them a couple weeks, and then they just drop you off at this random B&B fandom? Are you gonna be down with that?
It hasn't even been a couple weeks though.
Exactly.
It's only been like 5-6 days.
Mm-hmm. Remember, it was like 8 days for this apocalypse. So I think we're on day 2. 2 more days now.
3 more.
It's 3. So it's like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was kind of ruthless. I mean, hey, she's ready to jump. Like,
seize the moment, man. Carpe diem.
God dang it. Jake says Hargraves knows way too much about their powers. He has to be involved in them getting them. That's an interesting thing.
That is an interesting thought, but I don't think he had anything to do with it.
Well, at least he knows like the apocalypse, because they pretty much hit at it in the beginning of this episode, where it's like
he knew it was coming.
You'll see it.
They have to touch on that.
Yeah, they dive into it in season 2, I believe.
Yeah, they have to. That's something they can't just leave out there.
Yeah.
And how ruthless was Hargraves, like putting a little girl into that little dark, dank cell just because he became too scared of her powers? I was like, what? Can't do that to some little girl. That was Ruth. Didn't even leave the light on for her, like just in the dark.
And only had a fucking twin-size bed in there for her. You could have made that room more appealing. Give her a big screen, some video games, some books, some comics.
That's how we got her down there. It's like, you get to come play in this room where nobody else gets to play. Well, what you going to play with?
But it's not a playroom.
Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. And were the memories of her childhood coming back to her? Like, is that why Vanya started hyperventilating? Was she starting to remember, or was she just scared being there?
Maybe she started to remember.
Go ahead, David.
I think she started to remember. Not the full gist of it, but some of it.
Bits and pieces. Yeah, I agree.
Or maybe that cabin was turning into that cell that she was locked in, and she was feeling like, getting the memory of just being locked into that cold.
That too.
Panic attacks and anxiety attacks are a real motherfucker. That's what it looked like she was experiencing.
Oh, yeah, it was brutal. So brutal. And then Allison heads back to the cabin and finds Vanya there playing the violin with her surroundings just going ham. And it looks like she's been playing for a while. Like, it's almost dusk there now. It was light earlier. Like, had she put herself into some sort of trance right there, Phantom? How long was she playing that damn thing?
That's a good question. But then again, it seemed like it was a long time because of the rain in the beginning of the episode. But was that the same day or no?
Yeah, she was at the hospital. It was all daytime. And then all of a sudden she goes to the thing and it's like dusk. So, I mean, how far is this damn hospital?
Yeah, the fight happened the night before. She took him to the hospital. And when he got up and they walked out, it was morning time. Then they went back to the cabin.
Dang.
Now it's dusk and she's still playing. So I was like, man, she's been playing this thing for a minute.
Yep.
What has Harold been doing the whole time? Like, where was she?
Scheming, plotting.
Mm-hmm. He was back there, getting his little finger on.
Oh man.
And trying to scheme and plot, making plans within plans and whatnots.
Oh man! And how off the rails was Vanya? Like blaming Allison for what the father made her do. Like thinking Allison would care about Vanya taking her place in the house, or Dad thinking that she was more special than her. Like that whole thing seemed really stupid to me. Like there were 5 other kids, all with powers. Like why is she blame? Is it just because they're the only 2 females? Like why was
Pretty
she?
much. That's she just jumping to
No,
conclusions and like that was not what. Again, they were kids. Allison didn't even know what the hell she was even doing. She was told like, "Oh, you're secluding your sister because I think they said that she was sick or something." So then
yeah,
it's like, okay,
Hargreaves
I
told
thought
them
she
she
was
was
sick
sick.
or whatever. And then they said this random thing about her being nothing but normal. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. Because again, until that point, no one knew she had abilities. So her just saying that, it's like it's just random or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
she just
I
blew its
think
proportions.
she's wrong in her thinking, but I can understand why she thinks it.
Well, she just wants it so bad.
So
She's been alone
yeah,
for so long, but still, like to blame
so
everything on Allison, who's the one that's trying to actually reach out and be a sister to her. I just thought
that would be called a panic attack. Remember what I told you all in the beginning? Allison is the one that always sought her out most to try to correct the break in their bond. And yeah, it you could tell when it happened, it hurt her to actually look and see what she did. And Allison doesn't blame her for that. She realizes it was an accident and she still tries to protect her in the coming
uh,
episodes.
Even tell her that, yo, I got like evidence in the damn car about this man's real name is Harold. And what the hell he been
exactly.
doing? And
Like,
she,
I
ah,
told y'all she's still clinging to that dream. To her, that acceptance means everything. To have someone caring for her that much when
she
she's
didn't
not
want to
had
see the
that
truth.
before.
Like I
Yeah,
got to
she didn't
sleep
want
out
to
in the
see.
car. Like I don't want to see the truth, and
Mm-hmm.
that was messed up. Vanya's a little psychopath. Like she was quick to slit her sister's throat. Like
she
she said
didn't
she
mean
loves
it.
Leo because she said she
She
loves
didn't
Leo
mean that.
because
She
he's the
didn't
only
really
one
do
who
that.
loves her. I was like, what?
She was just hoping to bitch slap her, but in reality, it went
Yeah,
more
but
than
in reality, she forgot that bowstring was in her hand.
yeah.
And I don't know if y'all know, but violins and violas and all stringed instruments, that's like live horsehair that makes up those things. So when they're pulled that taut, they are very sharp.
Oh man, Allison's been doing nothing but bending over backwards, showing the love, and Vanya was just not trying to hear it. Just slit her,
Very
slit
true.
her,
But
slit her.
I
I was
can
like,
see where
what?
her thought pattern is.
And she was finally about to use her ability. And throughout the entire episode,
Yeah,
Allison could have used her ability on the cop and everyone, but she refused to until that moment when she knew she was
right.
about to be in danger.
She was literally trying to save her. And you know, she started. I heard a rumor. She was probably going to say that you don't care about this dude and you want him to go away.
She's probably gonna
Something
say,
to
"I
that
heard a rumor you calmed your ass down." Scaring the hell out of me.
possibly either way. Vanya reacted in a split second because, like I said, I think these kids and their power level goes from Vanya all the way down to Luther, and that's what happened. No, Vanya just reacted on instinct.
But she couldn't even stop there, though. Like after the man
No,
that she now has been told is a lying ass murderer, she ends up leaving with him and just leaves the sister there to bleed out and die. I was like,
she's still in her
Vanya's little
delusion.
ass.
Yeah, no, she's still in her delusion, and it's wrong. I absolutely agree with that.
It's more
But
than
I
wrong. That's
can't
evil.
fault her too much because of all of the conditioning she's had throughout her whole life.
This woman just came out to the woods by herself to save your little ass, and you slit her throat and then leave her there to bleed out and die. I got no love for Vanya. None.
Yeah, again, panic attack. Then you just end up killing your sister, all this emotion, all that
That's what
crap.
I'm
Your
saying.
powers leaking out. Like she was
It would
not
be
thinking
different.
straight at that point. The
It
moment
would
she
be
slit her throat.
different if Vanya actually just went after them and started attacking them.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
That was just crazy. And then first she pulls out a book revealing, like, first this woman pulls out a book, puts out a book revealing all the family secrets because she doesn't feel special enough. Now she finds out she actually has powers, and her first act is to slit her sister's throat. Like, I've never been on Team Vanya, but now I just despise this character. Like,
Hold up,
No,
DJ.
I think you're judging her a little too harshly there.
Me. It's all about me. That's where she's
No,
at.
okay, but that's the thing. Throughout her growing up with the family, and especially with Hargreaves, he has repeatedly said, "You are unremarkable. There's nothing special about you." He literally is damn near like freaking Catelyn Stark, back calling John bastard every day of his life. I'm sorry, I can't put that fault on Vanya. That's a response to trauma extreme trauma that she's received.
Lots of kids come up with little and less love, and they don't all murder their siblings because they're so
No,
mad.
they don't all, but some of them do, and it's because of shit that they've gone through.
And then when they leave, we see like he's actually the one that kidnapped the last man standing at the hospital and killed him off. Like just how evil and sinister is this Harold bastard? Like he's just like that was wild. But I really do love how like Five's always talking down to big ass Luther. That's one of my favorite parts. Like when they're in the car, he's like, "Ask me again, I will burn you with a cigarette lighter." Like he is just not taking any. Luther just sits back all pouty. Like I love that. Like it's like we know they're the same age, but that visual just kills me. I love it. And then they all get to the cabin to see Allison bleeding out, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, is she dead?" Like it looked like her eyes moved once, but that was a lot of blood she lost. Phantom, is our girl gone? What's up with that?
I don't know, because the moment this episode ended, I wanted to watch the next episode to confirm if she alive or dead. But I was like, let me hold out. Let me hold out. And then I literally watched the ending of episode 2, and Allison was in the rubble. So I'm like, either A, she survived, or B, they're really changing the future as we speak.
What's up, Iron Throne? I see you out there. Welcome, welcome.
Or Klaus is going to wake his ability and somehow bring her back. So I'm on 3 things now.
Wouldn't that be the ultimate? We find out like not only can Klaus talk to the dead, but would have the ability to bring them back to life. That'd be sick.
If he's able to like go in that plane between life and death for a split second, maybe he can try to pull her back. That's my guess.
My gents, put a pin in it.
That's pretty dope. Because yeah, what if he ends up bringing his brother Ben back? If he can do that, he's obviously going to do that and bring back Ben. That'd be amazing.
There are some extracurriculars coming in the next season. Put a pin in it.
I'm stoked. We got 2 more episodes left in this month. I am pumped. Absolutely. We got 2 more episodes left, 9 and 10. I can't wait to get it. That's on the back.
Yeah, and then we get into season 2. Boy, season 2 is where it really gets good, man.
Oh, man, I can't believe I've waited this long and haven't seen season 2.
I can't believe you did either, but I'm glad you did because now we're here talking about it.
Yep, exactly. And now we get to, and I'm glad Phantom didn't go forward so we can still keep guessing and see what we're going to get right, what we're going to get wrong. But yeah. All in and super excited to see the final 2 episodes of this one. Can't wait to get down.
Yes,
we're going to end this one with a little bit of...
Oh, wait, one more theory. I think that the world ends, because they keep on saying it's Harold Jenkins, but I think it's Vanya. I think it's her ability to actually like almost like ends the world and kills everyone. Because the way how she attacked those 3 guys and that blast just happened, she just killed 2 of them. Imagine again, like he's just keep going and going. And then boom, she ends up killing the whole world. And she's the true reason how the world ends. It's not truly like Harold. Well, he's an accomplice to it. That's my theory right now.
And we already
saw, want to know my thoughts on that theory?
Mm-hmm.
Put a pin in it.
All right.
And we already saw,
I came off camera to say that.
And we already see like my man's got a missing eye, so we know that's his eye and everything. So all the clues are starting to come together. Like we see where it's going. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. Like, is she going to go nuts and lose control and kill everybody?
She is the Dark Phoenix of the Umbrella Academy, bro.
You know, that's what it seems like. It seems like that maybe that's it. That's why Hargreaves has to shut it down. Because
she's the most powerful.
She can't control it. She's going to end up killing everybody with all that power. I can see it.
You know what? No, I'm going to plead the 5th. I'm going to let y'all see how it unfolds. Yep. But I am going to say again, fandom, I'm gonna need you to come off camera so I can see both y'all reactions when that happens, and we'll see where the chips fall.
Oh, absolutely. So we're gonna end it as usual with a little bit of trivia. If you know the answer, put it in the messages, and if you're watching this later, put it in the comments down below. Question number 1: how long ago was the flashback to Allison's daughter?
A year ago.
Boom, nailed it. How fast did it show Allison driving that Bentley? How fast was Allison driving that Bentley?
Over 100.
It was indeed. Can you nail it down? How fast did it show Allison driving that Bentley? If you know it, put it in the question down below. How many days of success did Vanya have before showing an unexpected resistance to training?
Was that like 1?
How many days of success did Vanya have before showing an unexpected resistance to training? Both incorrect. If you know that answer,
it'll be 7.
Right, why should it be 7? That's been like the most consistent number in this show.
Jake Cruz getting closer at 120, but that is also incorrect. Oh, what did Cha-Cha use to ignite the blast that took down the donut shop?
A candle.
Can you be more specific?
Stove.
That is incorrect.
Damn it, what was the shape of the freaking candle?
Yeah, AK's on the right track. Just need a
I
little
want to
more
say
info.
it maybe was like a in the shape of a dragon or a fish. I remember seeing something with scales.
What's up, chat? Can you help her out? What did Cha-Cha use to...
Yeah, y'all dropped that, man. I got fuzzy memories. Told y'all I had a headache watching this one.
What Cha-Cha used to take out that donut shop? Write it in the chat or in the comments down below. Don't see it yet. So we're going to get on to the next one.
Jake said a birthday candle.
What was it exactly? Next question. What was the surviving victim's name?
Andrew.
Oh, of the three guys. Yeah, I don't remember.
3 guys in the hospital. What was the surviving victim's name?
Yeah, definitely don't remember that one.
Know that answer right down below. What was the rank of the police officer Allison met?
Was he a lieutenant?
Deputy.
Incorrect. Write in chat down below. What was the rank of the police officer that Allison met?
Sergeant.
Boom, nailed it. Good job. She's like, let me just start naming out things.
Right. I know, I know the steps.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. What was the officer's name that Allison tagged along with?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Sergeant
I'm
what?
horrible with names unless I write them down.
What was the officer's name that Allison tagged along with? Sergeant what? And keeping it moving, when Allison and the cop went to see the man in his hospital room, a doctor was being paged on the PA. Who was the doctor being paged?
You motherfucker. See, this is the most obscure.
Who would care about that?
Right, exactly. For fuck's sake.
Oh, it's a deep dive. It's a deep dive. Oh,
see,
man.
this is why when I figured out how you were doing these questions, I made sure to look up and write down the name of the man speaking on the speaker when they were at breakfast. And number 5 was acting up. Fuck's sake.
Oh, man. Awesome. We're so glad to have you here, Linda. Always glad to see you out there in the chat. What room was the doctor that was being paged called to? What room were they paging him to?
See, again, yeah, I don't know.
Surgery.
That is incorrect. What room was the doctor being called to? Know that right down below. Keeping it moving. 2 left. What was the name of the restaurant where the fight happened? What was the name of the restaurant that Vanya and Harold went out to have a dinner date at?
You know what? I thought to write that down when that scene came up. But again, my headache was in full rage, and I was like, yeah, nah. I'm just not.
They actually said the name when the cop and Allison went to go question that man.
They did.
The cop said the name. What was the name of the restaurant where the fight happened?
Totally forgot.
Jake says 138. We're gonna give it. It was hard to say exactly, but when the camera panned off, Allison was driving 130 miles an hour. So it could have been in that 138 mark. We're gonna give you that one, Jake. We're gonna give you that one.
Good on you, Jake.
So yeah, she was going just over 130 miles an hour. We're gonna give you the 138. Absolutely. Iron Throne is incorrect with Sizzler. It was not Sizzler.
Aren't there even any Sizzlers around anymore?
Right? Are we going to Sizzler? Oh, last but not least, last question of trivia. What was the name of the bed and breakfast where Hazel left Agnes?
Oh, fuck.
What was the name of the bed and breakfast where Hazel left Agnes? If you know that answer, write it in the chat. If you're watching later, put it in the comments down below. Oh, man, how excited are we to watch these last 2 episodes coming up, fandom, and get this finale in?
I'm excited. I tell you, I'm gonna watch 1 episode during my 45-minute break today, and then once I, go home, take my nap, come back up, watch the finale.
Yes, indeed. You should totally record your reaction to that, my guy.
I just might, because you keep saying you want to see our reaction to that finale. So
yeah,
I've
been missing getting the alerts. Fandom D Saint has posted this.
Blame Amazon, damn it.
No, I know. You got the real world does not stop for the streams, man. You got to put that work in.
Blame Amazon. What's up, Trans Theories? Oh, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad you were here. We do this every single Tuesday night, right around 6:00 Western time. So
I would like to say also, I don't think I've ever seen your name in any of our chats, Trans Theory. So thank you and welcome.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you for coming to check us out.
The more the merrier. Glad you were here. Absolutely. Uh-oh, Jay Cruz is saying he hasn't seen a reaction video.
Right, yo,
they're
yeah,
calling
man.
it out. They're calling it
The
out.
folk be missing your face, okay? As many people as asked me about T-Baby and the ladies, they be hitting me up asking about you too. So don't think you're not missed out here, man.
The real life happens. I got a freaking rum video that's been in there for a week and a half that I haven't been able to put out because I've been so busy. So I get it. It happens. But that's our time. I want to thank everybody for making it out. Like I said, we're going to be back here next Tuesday getting it on again for the season finale, episode 9 and 10.
9 and 10.
So I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. And until next Tuesday, y'all be easy.
Peace.